When the anxiety and the restlessness start to build up, it's important that I do the things that help me come back to myself and to indulge in the practices that make me feel most like myself again. Sometimes regular life just doesn't give me enough space to be and to slow down, so I have to give it to myself. So I'm gonna show you today how you can give it to yourself. Today I'm gonna be talking about how to clear your channel, just some habits that I like to try to keep up when I'm getting overwhelmed. Because lately I really have been feeling like that. I've been trying to start a lot of new things, and so I've just been a little overwhelmed with trying to maintain a regular life and then trying to build the life that I want to have for the long term. So this is important for me to talk about because I'm talking to me too. I'm talking to y'all and I'm talking to myself. So obviously it goes without saying, but like going outside is my favorite thing to do. It is the one thing that will calm me down. Anything, anybody, it is the one thing that will calm me down. I just need to go outside, hug a tree, lay on the grass, stretch outside, just go for a walk, work out outside. It's just something about the sun and the greenery. It just really calms me down. Nature itself is something that's really a big part of my life. Something that I really couldn't live without, and none of us can live without it because we are animals and we are nature ourselves and we are coming from nature. So we need to connect with nature. There's so many people that are disconnected from nature, and it's kind of strange like how disconnected you can become from what you literally are. Going outside, doing anything outside is going to automatically bring you back down to yourself and ground you tremendously. It needs to be a part of your daily life, or at least weekly life. Pranayyama, which is breath work, is definitely an important part of my life because I get anxiety sometimes, or sometimes I'm just going and I forget to take full breaths, and so I'm kind of just all day, and then I'm wondering why like my chest is hurting while I'm feeling like weird, you know what I mean? So pranayama has been an important part of my life for the past 3 years. As long as I've been doing yoga, I've been doing pranayama. I often do nodi shodhana, which is nostril breathing. That's my favorite one to do, and it's another thing that will instantly calm me down. A lot of times if I get upset where I'm like about to cry or when I'm crying or anything like that, I do that because that calms my nervous system down. That's my favorite one. There's many pranayamas, and you should do your research and figure out which one works best for you, and you should also do multiple of them daily, at least 10 minutes of breath work daily. It really helps you go to sleep if you prefer to do it before you go to bed. Oh man, that feels amazing. I love doing that. That is my favorite pranayama to do. I know a lot of you guys are requesting a shadow work video, so this is definitely a part of that, but we're not going to go too deep into it into this video. But I just want to touch on your inner child and remembering that your inner child is still within you, and it's like you're being a parent to her or to him, and you need to remember to play because your inner child is still that part of you that is searching for what you didn't get when you were a child, or what you were doing when you were a child that you're not doing anymore because life has become too serious. So remembering to play is an important part of my life because I cannot keep going on and like dealing with adult stuff and just dealing with life without doing something that not distracts me from that, but something that fulfills me and really just brings me joy. Something that's not focused on my job, on goals, on anything like that. Something that's just pure fun. So I can get that feeling that I got when I was a child, when I was just doing whatever. You know what I mean? With no care in the world, with no thought or plan. I was just here, I was living, I was enjoying life, and I need to have that feeling very frequently as an adult, and to stay connected with my inner child and hear her, and also, you know, control her when she's doing a little bit too much, but hear her and be there for her and connect with her very often. Oh, great heavens! Oh my God, I almost just died. Because after all, life is not all of these things and these illusory responsibilities we feel we have. Our job, even our goals. Our goals are great, and we're striving for them, you know, and we're attracting the things that we desire. But that's not all that life is about. Life is not just about building and building. Sometimes life is about enjoying the spot that you're in because you worked hard to be here. And I want to enjoy my life. I want to live, I want to play, because life is play, and you need to reconnect with that. You know, don't take life so serious all the time. Do something spontaneous, do something fun, maybe do something a little dumb. Because, you know, those will be the moments that you look back on when you're like 70 years old. A big part of clearing myself out and releasing negative energy is to literally ground myself, come back down to my body, and physically feel my body bodying. Like, physically feel myself being here, breathing, my heart beating, hearing things, you know, feeling whatever I'm sitting on, my clothes, my limbs, my muscles, my bones, feeling myself smiling, laughing, just feeling my hair on my shoulders, just feeling the physical body being a body and supporting me, and supporting my arms, supporting my legs, and supporting my eyes and ears. And doing anything to physically feel myself is a practice that I do. It's kind of meditative, but I also do it in just like, as I'm doing other things, just try to drop into my body. Especially if my mind is racing. If my mind is like racing, I just try to focus on another part of my body. And I find that that helps a lot. Like, I've definitely had moments where it's just like my brain just won't like shut up. Like, I'm definitely better at calming down now and releasing the thoughts that do not serve me, or do not align with what is true. But I definitely still have the moments where I need to be like, twinkle your toes, twinkle your toes, like, you know, and I just need to feel that, feel myself breathing and my chest going up and down. It's a good way to clear myself out and to ground myself. This goes into what I was just talking about playing and connecting with your inner child, but I need to have an activity that I do. Anytime that I'm not busy with something else, I need to do something that is not work and that does not remind me of work, because you need that practice, you know what I mean? Like, you need things that are specifically hobbies, or that are specifically just because things. When I was younger and I was in school, I don't know, everybody's probably done this when they're in elementary school, but we had these like little stained glass things, and we will paint them with like this, no, it wasn't translucent paint. I don't remember what type of paint that is. But you just paint it, and then you could put it on a window, and then when the sun shines through it, it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys did that in elementary school, but I did that. And that's something that I'll just like, if I see it at the dollar store, I'll just get it, and it comes, sometimes it comes with that little paint set. It's like cheap ass paint, but it's like just for fun. It's just because, like, I don't have a reason to do it. It doesn't have anything to do with my job, doesn't have anything to do with my passions, my goals. It's just because it's fun, and because I can, just because I can. And that is important, to have something that's, you know, that's like that. It takes you out of the mindset that you're always in. It just takes you out of that, and it kind of gives you a break from your regular daily life. You know what I mean? Even if it's just for an hour. You know, I know you guys are seeing online my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. It's kind of like that, just to do something, and that's an important part of the regimens that I do to clear my channel. Eating fruit, so eating fruit often is important for me because I eat a lot of pasta and things like that, noodles and stuff. I eat a pretty balanced diet, but I do love me some ramen and some noodles, so I definitely have to take a break from that. I go on fruit fast often because of that, just take a break and to clear out my gut and everything. And when I go on a fruit fast, I can just like clear everything out, especially like physically, you know, like I go to the bathroom and get it all out, if you know what I mean. It's like really refreshing. Like, I'll eat a whole bowl of cantaloupe. I can eat half of cantaloupe. I can eat a whole cantaloupe in one sitting, but I usually just eat a whole bowl, half a cantaloupe for breakfast. And I always only eat fruit for breakfast, so that's why I can eat a lot of fruit, because that's all I eat for breakfast. It gives me a lot of energy. I have regular bowel movements, and it just makes me feel refreshed, and it clears me up, and it allows me to be in a clear mind starting my day, because your routine when you wake up is very important, because it's going to set the tone for the whole rest of the day. Don't say that. Do not say good morning, because you aren't morning anything. You are rising, and you are grateful that the sun has risen upon you and you are here and you have a chance to have a better day. We're rising. I'm not mourning anything. Like, and if you have something to say about that, I don't know, sorry about my tangent, but if you have something to say about that, I just feel like if you really just listen to the word, like, what does that have to do with the sun, with the birds chirping when you rise, you know, with you literally rising out of bed? What does that word have to do with any of that? It doesn't have anything to do with it. It makes no sense. And the only other connotation with that word is death. I don't generally say that unless I'm at work and I have to talk to these customers. I will have a video on my rising routine and some thoughts about what you should be doing at that early time in the day. With that, with your rising and with eating fruit, I would say it is best to eat in your circadian rhythm, which is basically, I don't eat until after 10 a.m. Before that, I have like tea or have lime water or lemon water, or I just drink my coconut water and I'm meditating and, you know, allowing my body to wake up and everything, moving my body. That's the time for my yoga and stuff like that. After 10 a.m., I have my fruit, big thing of fruit. And then I do like light snacking like throughout. Maybe I have like a light little like snack before dinner, and then I have dinner, which I don't like to eat heavy for dinner like sometimes, but like I said, I'm not very restrictive on myself. I do not count calories. I don't do any of that. I just eat what makes me feel good, and I go off of that, and I just go off of how my body feels. And I try my very hardest not to eat after 7 p.m., 7:30 at the latest, because that's the time for your body to be digesting. After that, only like liquids. So I'll have tea after that or drink coconut water. That goes into feeling your best and grounding yourself, because your body won't feel so like sluggish, you know what I mean? And if you're a midnight snacker, you need to stop. You need to stop doing that. Like, literally, that is so bad for you. Do not be eating at midnight. That's not the time to be eating. Your body isn't, you know what I mean? Your body is in a restorative process right now while you're sleeping and you're eating. That's a complete interruption of your body's cycle. So don't be eating that late. Journaling, especially stream of consciousness journaling, it's extremely important for me. It's like therapy, literally, because like sometimes I just gotta get it all out, and so I just write it down. And it also helps me organize better, because I write most things down and I write my ideas, diagrams, and like stuff like that. And I just think pen and paper is just much more productive than my phone. I don't force myself to journal. If you feel like you can't journal, don't force yourself to journal. Like, don't get a journal and be like, okay, I have to tell my journal what I did today and how I feel every single day. No, that's a quick, easy way to not journal. Don't do that. Just journal when you feel like. There's some days where I can't even write a full page. I write half a page. There's some days where I write 4 full pages. And then there's some days where I write a sentence. And all of them could be about different things. What I ate, how I feel, random tangents. It's whatever. It's just your journal. It's personal to you. And that is why it is therapy, because it is to be shared with no one. It is to be judged by no one, not even yourself. I wouldn't even recommend rereading your journal entries. If you want to, then that's cool, but I usually don't. I don't reread any of my journal entries. I just find it fun years later to look into my journal and read an entry from years ago. That's pretty fun. Or sometimes in the same journal, I'll go back and read some entries and it's like, wow, you've grown a lot. But other than that, very rare it's for me to read my own journal. It's definitely just for me to just release. No one's ever gonna see it. No one ever is gonna read it, not even me. So, but it's doing something for my subconscious mind. It's doing something for me. So it's important, and it's an important part of my practice. Since we're talking about things to clear my channel, this is something that is strange, but something that I do when I feel like built up, is I meditate in different ways every day. But one thing I do is I'll just sit anywhere and just stare. I just sit and just be like looking. And sometimes this happens because I am in paralysis, which if you're a neurodivergent person or you have ADHD or bipolar disorder, if you get like overwhelmed with choices, or you don't know what to do next, or you feel like you're supposed to have something like going on, or just anything where it makes your brain pause, you get in paralysis and like you don't know what to do next and you're kind of just sitting there. That's kind of where this came from. So, but now I've turned it into something that can help me. And when that happens, that's not a good thing. That's completely different. So I usually get up and move when that happens. But As far as just a staring meditation, I just sit down and I just like stare at anything until my brain shuts up. And then I try to move on with the rest of my day. And I usually do this when I'm in between my day. So basically, if I go to work, I need to decompress from that first part of my day. The first part of my day is over, it's in the past, it does not matter anymore. Right now I'm in the present moment, and it's like I didn't even go to work today because I compartmentalized that out because I hate working. And that is what I'm working toward, is to not be working or not be working for what I don't care about. I want to work, but I want to work on the things that I care about. I want to work on my own passions. So I compartmentalize that and make sure I stay in the present moment. So after I get off work and I do my yoga and I decompress and eat, I just allow my brain to calm down, allow all the anger from any stupid customers I dealt with that day to just shift away and come back to myself. And then I get up, I stretch, and I move on with the rest of my day. And it's extremely important that I do this, because if you carry the baggage of, if you're anything like me, you don't like to work and you're working to get out of the rat race, don't carry that baggage from all that and all the drainage from those people on to the rest of your day, because you won't feel good. You need to decompress, you need to release that energy and let that go and allow your body and your mind to be filled up with new energy as if it is a new day. And that really helps me a lot. This goes without saying, but your phone usage is definitely a part of the problem. Your phone usage is definitely draining you, especially if you're on your phone right when you wake up. That's a bad tone to set for the whole rest of the day. Cut your phone usage is a great way to ground yourself and to clear all the gunk in your spiritual channel. Every practice that I talked about today is a time where it's just me and it's about me and my body, and my phone is not invited. Drop into your body, because that is where you reside. It's normal to have good and bad phases within your life, but this is just some of the things that I do to help me stay grounded and to clear my channel when I feel that I've just been going and going for too long. And when I'm needing to release all that negative and pent up energy. I love you all. And thank you for your divine presence here with me today. You're trying to ruin my day, and I'm not gonna let you. Kisses.